joining us for another live Q&A. I am Ty Comer, editor of Billboard.com. We're here in our new and improved studios, and today we are very pleased to be joined by the sharp-dressed men of Panic at the Disco, Brendan Urie and Spencer Smith.
Hello.
Hey, good
Guys,
morning.
how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Very great, very good, thank you.
Awesome.
So it's great to have you back. We've had a ton of response from the Q&A from your fans. People are really psyched to hear from you again. And you got a lot going on these days. There's a new album called The Vices and Virtues. It's out on March 29th.
That's right.
That you've been working hard on.
Yes, we have. We've been in the studio for the past year and a half and just ready to get it out. So yeah, March 29th, we're ready.
And we've all heard the first single, The Ballad of Mona Lisa, which is available for digital download tomorrow. Yeah. So be sure to go to iTunes or wherever you go to get your digital downloads and pick that up. I wanted to talk a little bit about what happened after the last record. I mean, your fans are well aware that Ryan and John are no longer part of the band. And talk about the process and just sort of like how you picked up and sort of went on and got to where you are now.
Sure.
Yeah, we, I think, getting the, success that we had as young as we did was, I mean, it was amazing for us, but then at the same time, you kind of going through a lot of changes at the ages that we were. And so, yeah, a couple of years ago, we just kind of came to the point where, we didn't necessarily all want to go in the exact same direction musically. So we started or continued Panic, and from that point, it took us a little while just to figure out exactly where we wanted to go. And so I think there was a couple months of doing that, and before we really got, excited about what it is we were doing.
Yeah, we were just kind of confused as to what direction we should take, and that took a few months to figure that out. But once we did, we just, we're in the studio for about a year figuring out new sounds and messing around with new songs. And the problem was that we kept writing and writing and writing. So like new songs would pop up, and we liked the new songs more than the old songs. So that got a little frustrating, but we just finally had to get to a point where we said, okay, this record's never going to be done if we don't stop. So we just had to stop.
About how many songs total did you think that you wrote during the process?
A lot of like half-finished songs.
Yeah, that's
not as many just totally complete songs, but as far just like verse, chorus type ideas, a lot.
There's a lot, like 40, 50.
Yeah, a lot of started ideas, and then maybe
so a lot of B-sides potentially in the works somewhere.
Potentially, yeah.
Like 30-second pieces.
Right. Was there ever a point during the process where you thought that a new Panic album may not happen, or were you always sure and committed to doing something new?
I think right when we split, we weren't sure what was going to happen. We just knew that going back in the studio with the four of us would probably be trying to force it too much, and it just wouldn't have been the right thing to do. But at that time, we weren't exactly sure what we were going to do. So again, that was probably the little bit of time we took after, just figuring out what we wanted to do. And I think what we were doing was more in line with where the band had come from already. So it just kind of made sense.
Right. A lot of your fans have said that Ballad of Mona Lisa has a similar sort of quality to some of the stuff on your first record, A Fever You Can't Sweat Out. Do you agree with that? And does that song sort of give us a glimpse as what the rest of the album is going to sound like?
Yeah, I'd say it's pretty similar to the energy and even like some of the chord progressions on the first record were very like there's like a minor theme in it, like with a lot of minor chords and we hadn't really messed around with that in quite a while. Like on Pretty Odd, we didn't, it was like very major and a lot of real instruments, no synthesizers, anything like that. So I think we missed that a lot. Spencer and I, we just kind of missed the electronic element and a lot of that energy. But that song doesn't sound like any other of the songs on the record. I think it's pretty awesome for us to say that the record's really diverse. There's songs that are really, really major. There's songs that, that Mona Lisa kind of touches on the first record. But yeah, no other songs really do, I think. So it's good.
You said that you sort of half wrote a lot of songs for the record. Did you find the songwriting process easy without Ryan being there? Did they just sort of come to you, or was it sort of a struggle to get those first few songs out?
It was different, yeah.
Yeah, I think lyrically, that was the big kind of hurdle, I guess, just because Ryan wrote a lot of the lyrics on the first album, and then on the second album, there are a few songs that Brendan wrote all himself, and a lot of songs that we all wrote together. So I think initially that was the biggest thing, but Brendan has had a lot of demos that he's been doing by himself for the past 4 or 5 years. So like that wasn't that strange, and actually less ideas to kind of argue about, and everybody. And
Yeah,
so
that is kind of nice, not having to weed
that
through
was
4
a little bit
opinions and
easier.
just, yeah.
Cool.
Pretty good.
Let's talk about the video for Ballad of Mona Lisa. We haven't seen it yet. There's a 30-second teaser that's been on the internet that you saw right before the interview started. What do you have in store? Is it really a sequel to I Write Sins, Not Tragedies?
Well, the idea was we wanted to kind of like touch on pieces from videos that we had done with Shane Drake. It was a habit we had done every first video off of our records with Shane Drake, and so we thought this, why not again? And when he started talking about ideas, he said, well, it sounds like this song kind of touches on the first album. How do you feel about doing that? I was like, I think that's kind of nice. Like maybe doing an homage to that stuff and putting it to rest. Like, yeah, we needed to get back to it. And there's like, little fun things that I think the fans could look for. Like the clocks are set to a certain time, and there's like a little thing. I have a top hat, but it's like changed and like all old and it's supposed to be like the death of the first. There's a lot of like little subtle nuances in it, but yeah, overall, it was fun to shoot because we hadn't worked with Shane Drake in a while either. So he's awesome. He's crazy.
Great. Now that should be ready in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. So we'll look forward to that. And I understand that you have a special treat for your fans. You're actually going to play the song live at the end of the interview.
Yeah.
Which I think is the first time that you've ever played it live.
First time debuting.
Yeah.
Are the nerves running high about that, or?
Nerves are high for all the good reasons.
All right. Well, before we get to that, we'll try to calm you down with a few fan questions. A ton of stuff to go through here.